Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. And I'm just gonna talk to you today. I literally just filmed like a 20-minute video talking about all of this, and I started getting very passionate, and I thought, okay, let's go back and let's kind of put some order to this video. So let me tell you what has happened in the last 24 hours, okay? For me. So yesterday, I filmed a video talking about Trisha Paytas. Now, I'm not going to be flipping fans or doing an intro or any of that kind of stuff in this video. I'm going to be doing another lighthearted video later today on this channel because I'm ready to get back to all of that on this channel. And I'm going to be making a statement at the end of this video, so just stay tuned for that. But yesterday I did this video, okay, about Trisha Paytas and the things that had been going on with Trisha Paytas in the last 24 hours. It was really about the interchange between Trisha Paytas and Ethan Klein and Hila, okay? All based on the videos that Trisha Paytas had put up on Twitter and the interchange between Trisha and Ethan and Hila and the text messages that Trisha showed. And that was really it. My video yesterday was meant to be commentary on that, right? I got several comments from people that, and I want to say this going into this video because I'm going to talk a lot about the comments from yesterday's video. On a video like that, I never really know what to expect in the comment sections. I watched the video back, I posted it, and I received, I think, pretty good response to it, so thank you for that. You know, the comment section was, I would say, mostly pretty classy, intellectual. I thought there were some good conversations that were occurring underneath there. There were a lot of things that you brought to my attention. There were a lot of things that you opened my eyes on. Like, for one, the fact that apparently people on the H3 crew do run the subreddit, which I was completely unaware of. So thank you for bringing that to my attention. There were some other things. I will say there were many people that brought up the series of videos that have been made by Mysterious about Trisha Paytas. I will get into that in just a second. That's going to be a big part of this video, so stay tuned, okay? But what happened was, I did this video yesterday that was a commentary response to what had been going on with Trisha Paytas in the last 24 hours, all right? I got several comments from people that were saying things like, Peter's really missing a lot, or Peter's leaving a lot out. I think when I don't say something in a video, people assume that I'm purposely leaving it out. That's just not the case. I mean, in all honesty, there are not many YouTubers, and I'm not saying this like pat my back kind of thing. I mean, it's what I choose to do over here. But there are not many YouTubers that sit down and literally start the camera, record, stop the camera, record, and it's one take. I'm pretty much one take on 6 channels, okay? It's what I like to do, it's how I do things and whatnot. But when I'm sitting and I'm talking about one topic for 20 minutes, it's very similar to if I was sitting here and I was having a conversation with somebody, okay? There's going to be things that are going to be forgotten. Any conversation that you've had with a friend at lunch or a work partner or whatever, the next day you go, oh, I wish I would have said that, right? In almost every video that I do, I always think to myself afterwards, and sometimes I even am like, okay, go back and record that little part and then put it back in there, right? Because I'm like, I should have included that, I forgot to say that, which is why many times I write down notes or type notes, right? So that I don't forget things. But then sometimes when I type the notes, I feel like they're real impersonal videos. So I don't necessarily love to do that. I like to just kind of go, right? And so I really try to look at, like right here, I have notes that I took last night, which I'm going to reference in just a second, and read the statement that I wrote out. But I really just try to have a conversation with you guys. That being said, I'm going to leave things out, okay? It's not on purpose. I can promise you that. It's that there are literally things I just forget to say while I'm talking for 30 minutes straight, okay? And there are other people that do fantastic videos where every receipt is there and on and on and on. One of the reasons why I talk so heavily about the comment section is because I'm so proud of the comment section that you guys have developed underneath my videos. It has nothing to do with me, right? That you guys have these wonderful conversations. Like, I don't fight people down there. I like a couple comments. If you notice, I don't like comments that have really anything to do with the topic that I'm talking about. I only ever like comments that are like first, second, or hey, love you, Peter. I mean, those are, thank you. Those are the only kind of comments that I ever really respond to on my comments. Like, I've said what I had to say in the video, and now I leave the response up to you guys. And I'm very open to that, okay? And I really listen to what you guys have to say. So that being said, I do want to say this. There were several comments where people were like, you were leaving this out. Peter, you're glossing over this. You're not talking about that. My video was never meant yesterday to be a comprehensive video of the entire career of Trisha Paytas, okay? It just wasn't. It wasn't even meant to be a comprehensive video over the last 2 days of Trisha Paytas. It was literally meant to be commentary response on what Trisha Paytas had put on Twitter, and my opinion was formed by other things that I had seen with Ethan Klein and things like that. So I just want to say that first and foremost, okay? I appreciate all the comments that I received yesterday, and there were so many people that I think were kind of surprised. People were like, oh, okay, Peter, like, I saw a couple comments where people were like, if Peter goes in and he's completely biased towards Trisha Paytas, like, I'm not even going to watch this video. And then one comment, they came back and they said, thank you for being honest in this video. You know, I think it's interesting that, I think people forget sometimes the history of things. Like, recently, I have received a lot of backlash for being, like, supportive of Trisha in videos when Trisha was with frenemies. I saw a more positive side of Trisha. If you watch any of my videos on any of my channels, okay, this is nothing new. I want the best for everybody, mental health wise, okay? I don't want people to suffer, anybody. Because ultimately, when one person is suffering, they are also affecting all of the people around them. And this is a situation where I feel like many, if not hundreds of thousands of people are being affected, okay, by the actions of a few. And it's very scary to me, which is why I reached the decision that I'm going to talk about at the end of this video. So, but I do want to talk about this. So anyway, what was I saying? I totally lost my train of thought. So anyway, that was a commentary yesterday, okay? And, you know, I was sitting there, and I think people forget that I have been very confrontational of Trisha Paytas at times, okay? In fact, I made a video 2 years ago where I said in the video that I wanted Trisha to get all the help in the world that they could get, but that at the same time that you know, like, you never know what's the truth with Trisha, okay? Let me just tell you that as a result of that, Trisha Paytas made one of the most hateful videos that has ever mentioned my name in it, okay? Got in a podcast and said that I brought evil into their home. I had people mass unsubscribing from my channel, letting me know that they were mass unsubscribing from my channel. I went back and I watched that video last night, and because I was like, because Trisha told the whole world that I said that they were lying. I didn't say they were lying. I watched the video back last night. What I said was, you don't know what the truth is with Trisha, okay? So that was 2 years ago, and I was eaten alive for that, right? Flash forward 2 years, because Trisha Paytas has apologized to me, and I appreciate that. I really do. But I don't forget it. I'm not going to forget how I was treated at some point. But I also don't have to borrow that for the rest of my life. I can go, okay, thank you, I appreciate it. Now let me stand over here and do my thing, right? Okay. But I remember that. I remember that people mass unsubscribed to me, okay? And now people are saying that I'm completely biased towards Trisha Paytas. No, I'm not. I'm just telling you my opinion today, based on what I see. And based on what I see today is different than how I felt when Trisha seemingly was doing better on the Frenemies podcast, when apparently they had a support network around them of positivity, okay? Today, Trisha is somebody that needs to, for me, take a lengthy period of time, 6 months or a year, off of all social media and go get some help, okay? Because if not, they're going to continue to affect themselves negatively and all of the people around them. And that's what is really concerning to me about this, right? You know, but it's very similar to me about the same way that, you know, 2 years ago, I called Shane Dawson's palette a cash grab in a video, and I literally had other YouTubers calling me, telling me that I should never have said that in a video. I had comments from people. Go back and watch the video. People are mass unsubscribing to me. How dare you talk about Shane Dawson this way? Blah, 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 blah. Go look at the comments now. People are like, well, this didn't age well. These comments didn't age well. This comment section didn't age well, right? Because 2 years later, you know, it's like, and I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm not saying I told you so. I'm not an I told you so kind of person, right? But how many I'm sorry's do you think that I got in the last 2 years? You know? How many I'm sorry's from the people that I said how I felt about the situation with Trisha Paytas? When Trisha Paytas posted her video about me, I was at my husband's best friend's funeral. I was text messaging with Trisha Paytas, trying to work this whole situation out. And Trisha was going off on me. So don't tell me that I don't know what Trisha Paytas is like. Trust me, I have a very good idea of what Trisha Paytas is like, all right? Today, I wish Trisha Paytas the best. Trisha has apologized to me. I've apologized to Trisha. I wish them no harm. I hope they get help because there is some really serious stuff going on, okay? Some really, really serious stuff. But it is interesting to me that people forget this stuff, right? Because I'm like, I don't think I've received many comments from people that are like, you know, I didn't believe you, but I'm back now. And I just want to say, I'm really sorry that I was so hard on you and wished horrible things to happen to you at the expense of you saying things about Shane Dawson, and I've resubscribed, right? Like, you know, how many people unsubscribe to me that then now, and I'm not saying that's the reason why my channel ain't growing, trust, okay? I know that has everything to do with me. I know that, okay? But it's just interesting to me, you know, sometimes. So, last night, I uploaded the video, I was reading the comments back, and honestly, it was a lot. Right out of the gate, I just was like, I started feeling a lot of anxiety, okay? This was just, it was real heavy. I don't enjoy talking about the really heavy stuff on YouTube. I think you guys know that by now. I like talking about the lighthearted stuff. I did the video yesterday because I said that up till that point, I had been talking about the frenemy stuff. I had been talking about the Moses stuff. I had been talking about all this, and I felt like I needed to talk about it, okay? I felt like if I didn't, then people were going to be like, well, why aren't you talking about this? And then I started asking myself, then why aren't you talking about it, right? And the reason was that I just didn't really know, like, how to address it and what to say. And so then I was like, but I do feel like I need to talk about it. It's serious. It's going on, right? My battery died. Okay, so I wanted to get in and talk about these mysterious videos. So I received so many comments yesterday from people saying, go watch Mysterious's videos, blah, 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 whatever. Okay. And then there were a lot of comments that people were saying, Peter hasn't talked about Mysterious's videos. Peter won't talk about Mysterious's videos. Every other drama channel is talking about Mysterious videos, blah, 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 whatever. Okay? So I go and I watch these videos. Now, it's important for y'all to know, I'm not going to shout out or endorse or talk about a video unless I've watched it for myself. I think that's fair, don't you? Like, I want to make sure that I've watched a video and I know what it says in its entirety before I get in a video and I say, yeah, y'all should go watch this video, okay? And I'm not going to tell you that you should do that today. I don't know. All I know is that the videos, to me, are very well edited. There seems to have been an extensive amount of research done on this, okay? It's impossible to watch them and not be like, I mean, here's the thing. Like, for anybody that has watched Trisha Paytas for a long time, you know Trisha's stories don't add up. You know that they don't. The problem is that they've now become in a very, very serious situations, okay? That's the problem. So I went and I watched Mysterious's videos 1 and 2. I think they're, well, I could look them up right now, but there's like 3 live streams. There's like 3 videos and 2 live streams, or 3 videos and 3 live streams. I don't know. I watched the part 1 and 2, and then I think she said the third part was going to be about Jason Nash, and I didn't watch that part. And then I watched like 2 live streams. It's a lot, you guys. It's a lot. The patience that Mysterious had to go through to put these videos together, I can't even imagine whatsoever. It's eye-opening to some degree, and unless you've been somebody that has watched Trisha Paytas for a while, you know, because like Trisha's stories, for me, like, have never really added up. Like, really, you know? And it was interesting because when I was watching this, I was like, there's a point that Trisha references dates about something, and I'm like, and it's interesting because it's in the clips that Mysterious is showing, and I'm just sitting there, like, watching it, right? Like, a viewer like all of you, and I'm like, and it's like, it has nothing to, like, Mysterious, this was not the point of what she was trying to prove with the clips, but in the clips themselves, about a totally different situation, Trisha Paytas contradicts herself. And I was like, well, there's another lie that wasn't even mentioned in the video because it wasn't even that big of a deal. But I'm like, if you watch Trisha Paytas enough and you wrote down every story that she tells, you know, there's so many discrepancies. There's so many discrepancies, right? And I think that this is the first time that somebody's really put them all together, other than the TikTok account that, you know, so I don't know. Go watch the Mysterious videos and you judge for yourself. All I know is that when I got done watching the Mysterious videos and when I got done watching all this kind of stuff, you know, it just, and the live streams, honestly, for me, were to hear what, like, she was reading comments for people that were for her and, you know, and not happy with her as well. And I'm sitting there and it's just like, it's all of this toxicity around this whole situation. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. This is not what I signed up for. This is not what I signed up for. And my DMs were inundated last night, you guys, with so many people, men and women, sharing their stories of SA with me. And that, you know, that they had, like, looked up to Trisha and they were disappointed. And then I had other people that were saying that they still looked up to Trisha and they were disappointed in Ethan. And it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot, right? So I'm watching all, it just, and the reason I moved emotionally was because of people sharing these personal stories with me. And I was like, you know, just to sit down and write your most innermost personal thoughts and experiences with somebody that you don't know is such like an honor of trust. And I just was like unbelievably moved. Just unbelievably moved, you know? And, but at the same time, I'm like, this goes so past Trisha and Moses and Ethan and Hila and everybody. This is like so affecting the audience on such a grand scale at this point. I want to make sure that I talk about everything I want to talk about in here. So, you know, I was sitting there and I was like, I know more is going to come out about this. I already got tagged in a bunch of stuff yesterday that I don't know, you know, from the classmate of Trisha's. And I started looking into all of that stuff last night. You know, again, I'm sitting in a gas station parking lot late at night, wanting to listen to my cozy mystery, Arsenic and Adobe, and or Adobo, and I'm sitting there and I'm like reading comments, you know, while and I'm like, this is like a lot, and I'm trying to follow all this stuff that people are sending to me, and I'm just like, I can't do it anymore. I can't. And I love doing drama commentary. I love talking about stuff to me that I think is funny or shady, you know? I was raised by 4 of the most fantastic shady drag queens in the entire world when I came out, and I can throw shade like nobody's business, but when I get a little shady in a video, people don't like it because they think it's cruel. They think it's bully, but that's what I like. And that's who I'm gonna be on this channel from now on. And I like talking about the funny part of drama, you know? I miss talking about a palette, you know, that comes out too early, or what I don't know, you know, a side eye that somebody gives, all that kind of stuff. Or I even like videos where we're speculating, you know, is Shane Dawson gonna come out? Or I can even say something, you know, about, it just, those are the kind of videos that I enjoy making, okay? Pop culture commentary. This to me has gone to such a dark place that I don't even know how to make sense of it anymore. And I'm telling you right now, my gut tells me it's just gonna get worse. And so I wrote up this statement last night and I wanna read it to you, okay? Something in my heart does not feel right about any of this. For anyone involved, it doesn't feel right for anybody involved in any of this. I don't care if you think I'm biased one way or the other. There are just so many people being directly affected by this, and it is really starting to take a toll on me mentally as well. I will continue to listen to this, because when people come and say, you said you weren't going to talk about Trisha Paytas, this is not what I'm saying. I will continue to cover Trisha Paytas drama if and when it occurs. But this particular story, I'm bowing out of, unless I feel fundamentally obligated to speak on it. I'm not saying that it won't happen, but for the time being, I cannot continue to talk about it. I just can't, you guys. It's too serious. I feel like for one of the first times ever that I have seen on YouTube, there are so many audience members directly affected by this, one way or the other. And it's just, and I'm seeing like fans of all kinds of people come to me and saying, I'm having to leave social media because I just can't with this anymore. And so, you know, I'm not saying that I won't cover Trisha Paytas commentary down the road when it's, you know, bought a new car or this or that or whatever, because I will. I will continue to do Trisha Paytas drama. But this is not that. And this is way too serious. And I hope that Trisha gets all the help that they need. I hope that Ethan and Hila get the help that they need and find support in this as well. I hope that Moses finds the help that he needs and is supported. And most of all, I hope that all of you do, and that you surround yourselves with love and light and peace and serenity. And I wish you all the best. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.